Alright, all praises go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakadosh. The one is going to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth. Much love and peace and blessings goes out to all the hopeful elect out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, in truth and in sincerity. So this is going to be a lesson I'm going to do regarding this video I see in World Star Hip Hop, and where it's based on this guy out there in Australia, this what appears to be an Edomite man, and he may even be a Jake, just depending on the type of hell that he's going through. Right? So in this video, he's detailing what happened to him from inside of a mental health facility. So he has been committed here against his will because he doesn't believe in the narrative that, mainstream media is painting to the people of Australia, which is, the whole narrative surrounding this COVID-19 and the vaccine and all that, right? He doesn't believe it, so therefore his wife reported him, and he got sent to a mental health facility against his will, which, when you look at that, man, that's crazy in itself, because how can you be of some parameter of having mental health issues just because you don't believe certain narratives of what's pushed to you through TV. A lot of things throughout the years that's been reported on media has at later times been proven to be false. So for him to have that belief, that doesn't mean he's mentally ill. It just means he's smart. Because if you go down the checklist of what it means to be mentally ill, to not believe in something on the media, that doesn't make you bipolar. It doesn't make you schizophrenic. It don't make you paranoid. Doesn't make you depressed. But if you actually do believe this shit, it wouldn't make you all these things. A lot of people that are going with the narrative of the stay-at-home orders, a lot of those people are fucking depressed and paranoid and all that shit. They're the ones actually that have mental health issues. They're delusional. So now the actual government forces, the people that have the power in this society, are going with the people that are actually fucking mentally ill, and locking up the people that are saying this is the time that this is what we live in, and this is all biblical prophecy, because this was this man's own wife that told him, the father of her own children got this man in a mental health facility. So what, they're gonna let him out when he actually complies? He gotta say that he believes in all the bullshit. How do they know he's not in the back of his mind lying just to get out? You see what I'm saying? So hey, we look at what all in all, them doing that to this man, it proves one thing, that the so-called white man is the devil. Because the government of Australia are all Edomites. They're all descendants of Edomites, British Edomites that hopped on ships and then went and pillaged and stole that island of Australia from those Japhites that had originally lived there. And now, process of time, we see their fucking horns, man. The scriptures tell you, I believe it's in the book of Revelation, how the lamb which spake as a dragon, that lamb represents Esau, because Esau has the appearance of being soft and feeble and harmless like a lamb. They shave their beards off, they got clean suits, they talk soft, but they speak as a dragon, meaning they issue forth laws that are grievous to the people. So just locking you the fuck up if you don't believe in his mainstream media. But this is just where we're at. It's just like the book which George Orwell came out with, and I believe it was the early 1900s, which was called 1984, and it was based upon a totalitarian government that had control of the Western Hemisphere. That, if you believe anything outside of the narrative that governments was pushing, you were a thought criminal. Just because of thinking thoughts that are against these damn devils, you're a criminal, and they would lock you up and torture you and kill you. And this is what we're living. This is the time we're living in. This devil is gonna come hard if you do not believe his narrative. It doesn't just. And who knows what else he's gonna do? I shouldn't say who knows what else he's gonna do. Who knows what else kind of angle he's trying to come with this whole locking you down for not believing in his madness. Because he's using this whole Rona thing as an angle to weed out the people that have some type of IQ, that have some type of sense, to where they don't believe in this bullshit. The ultimate people that this really weeds out is Israelites. As Hebrew Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans are brothers that may be of the they look like other nations, but they still believe in this truth, but they're still Israelites. That's who it ultimately weeds out because we never trust in this devil's lies. The scriptures say, "Never trust thine enemy." You see what I'm saying? So that's really who Esau wants. Esau wants to get the elect. He wants to get all the obedient believers of Yahweh Shem Yahushai out the window so he can have this earth for himself. Because the rest of these people, they just fucking gone. They're easy to be manipulated and controlled, and that's what Esau wants. So let's go to a few scriptures. Which I'm not gonna play the video because he's saying a lot of stuff that can get my video flagged and stuff. But you brothers can check this out. Some World Star Hip Hop. If you just search "She Ain't Loyal Australian," then this should come up. This guy with these glasses on explaining his situation. So this is Matthew 24:12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." And that's what we're seeing here, man. You got a lot of division amongst family members. The family members that want to take the witch's potion injection into their arm versus the ones that don't want to take it. You know, it's gotten to the point where a lot of people, they're just cold, man. They're cold towards each other, that no one wants to speak to each other. No one really and truly cares about one another anymore in this society. It's because it's prophecy. It's what Yahweh Shai had spoken of, but it's setting up something. It's setting up what's to come next, which is a lot of anarchy, a lot of raiding and pillaging from each other, a lot of lawlessness and murder and thievery, rape is about to start happening. With that precursor of love being removed, it's happening as we speak, you know. So let's go to Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And this is happening because Esau knows that his time is short. He's seeing chariots, which they call UFOs, at an all-time high. He's even gone as far as creating a space force to attempt to fight against the chariots. You see what I'm saying? He sees Israel waking up. He sees these videos being shared. Esau could tap into these iPhones and these Androids all day, and he sees Jake reading the scriptures, watching videos, calling himself Israelites, believing. He's monitoring you through technology, and he sees it, and it's scaring him. Because the scriptures tell you in the book of Ezekiel, I believe it's 37, how the Israelites are going to wake up. The valley of dry bones, waking up, coming together as that strong army. And the scriptures even say how Revelation 11. Revelation 11:11, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them." This is the time we're in now. Those 3 days and a half have passed. That's the time period in which our people were without knowledge of self. It says, "Entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw." That's Esau. That's Esau and these nations which, through their secret counsels and wickedness and witchcraft, rule the earth. They see Israel waking up because you know what? They know Israel, starting with the 144,000, the house of David, are the true and rightful rulers, kings of the earth. That, but just by reason of that's telling them that they're gonna have to get the fuck out of the way, that they're gonna have to step down, step off, and they don't want to do that. Therefore, they're coming with all these false narratives and shit. They're locking people up. They're really trying to wiggle any way, the fuck way out of giving up that rulership. See, well, guess what, Esau? You going down, motherfucker. All right, so this is Mark 13:12. It says, "Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved." And we see this playing out, even amongst worldly people. He's like this dude, like I told you on the video, he's like a so-called Christian, right? But he somewhat knows what it is. You know what I mean? So, man, it's crazy times that we're living in, and it's crazy because Yahushua predicted of this, that he prophesied of this, that a man's foe shall be there of his own house. So you're gonna have family members betraying each other, your own brother, your blood brother, which maybe not be of the truth, for fear of his life, giving up information to these government forces on you to get you locked up, man. Or if you're an older brother in this truth that got older children, your own children, 17, 18 years old, may say, fuck you, take the chip, and then tell the government forces that you don't want to take the chip, and they're going to come after you. You see what I'm saying? This is what time we're approaching. So you can just, imagine all the scenarios and how they're going to play out. I can't list them all myself, but, I'll leave it up to the imagination. So it's going to be hard to approach the topic. The scriptures say, he that endure, meaning to endure means to basically, actually, let's look up that word for endure. Because endure, the environment for endurance is hell, it's suffering. So it means to get through that. So you got to prepare for what's going to happen around it. So let's look up that word for endure. Hypomania. It means to stay under, to have fortitude, to persevere, to take patiently, to suffer. So to suffer through everything that's going to happen to us, that's what it takes to actually be of Yahushua's elect. All the way down to if the devil wants to put your head in the guillotine and kill you, you have to endure that. You know what I mean? And but it's all worth it because what's coming is everlasting joy and rulership. Many wives and concubines, lands and gold and animals and cattle for our own ownership, slaves. So you could count this life as shit, because just to fucking stay in this society, what ultimately Esau gonna offer you? Slavery? You gotta take a chip and then use that shit to buy and sell, still live in a shitty apartment. Fuck all that shit, man. We don't want to live here. Fuck this place. So you gotta kind of enjoy as well. If you be a brother or sister in like a downtrodden position, living paycheck to paycheck, that should make you lean more towards the kingdom of heaven, a better kingdom, righteous kingdom, stress free. So all praises go to Yahweh, God Shem Yahushai, God Shem Kakadash, Shalom.